Alright guys, time to make a video. This is going to be the most unorthodox unboxing video ever. And what I mean by that is I already had the birds. Full disclosure, I've had these birds for close to 3 weeks now. And the reason I didn't make an unboxing video, guys, was we were on edge. Give me just a second to get through here. The birds unfortunately took about 4 days, 3 nights to get here, and we were really on edge on whether or not we were going to get a box of dead birds. But fortunately for us, all the birds made it. They were a little down for the first few days. Obviously, they needed water. That was the big one, but we got them all here, and they're doing well. We had one go light on us, and we were able to recover that bird right away. And again, it's just because it spent so many days in a box, and you know, it is what it is. It was dehydrated. We got them through it, and here they are. Now these birds come from my good buddy Jack Burak. You guys may know him based on his YouTube page, Burak Loft. I'll try to put a link below, guys. I'm not too good at doing things like that. Again, I make these videos for fun, so I don't, dig deep on how to edit things and things of that nature. So I'll try to put a link to his page down below. But these are 5 babies he sent me this year, and I'm super impressed with them. 2 of them really stand out so far. That doesn't mean anything, guys. I'm not gonna go ahead and handle them. I'm not gonna open their wings or anything in that nature. In my personal opinion, I don't mean to offend anybody, but in my opinion, a bird at this age will not tell me anything about anything. It won't tell me if it's a good bird or a bad bird, if that makes sense. Again, they're just babies. They haven't even molted out yet. At this point, they're not going to show me anything in terms of feather quality. They're not conditioned for the race, so they're not going to show me anything in terms of body and buoyancy and things of that nature. So I'm not going to open their wings. I'm not going to describe them at all, guys. This is what you get. I'm not going to fool myself to think I know what I'm looking for or looking at. But that doesn't mean to say that you guys, shouldn't play with them that way. I just don't. These are the birds he sent me. Now, with that being said, one of these birds is not going to be flown at all. One of these birds is going to go straight into stock, and it's going to be that little bronze right there. Now, I don't know if the video quality shows it. That is what I hope to be a kite. That's going to go into a special breeding project that I've been working on for years and years and years. I'd probably say close to 15 years now. And I'm building up a family based on that. And it's a color project. You guys, I won't lie to you. It is a color project, but all the babies get raced every year, and only the best get held back. So all these birds here are performance based. Every single one of these babies comes off Jack's top pigeons, either his best flyers or his best breeders, with the exception, well, I shouldn't even say with the exception, because the grizzle back here is off of something I sent him last year. And of course, those 2 birds were my top racing pigeons. Both winners at 100 miles, and the mother to that grizzle hen right there was my only bird home at the 400. It was kind of a smash race, and I sent 6 or 7, and that's literally the only bird that made it back. And I sent her off to Jack because I know he's going to do well with her. Jack's had a phenomenal season last year. I think he took home something in the realm of 54, 55 diplomas with his birds, including 4 first place wins with multiple. We're talking 10 to 15 birds on the drop. So don't underestimate this guy. This guy has super pigeons, and he's got super management. And we're trying, guys. Nothing's guaranteed. None of these babies may turn out to be any good, or they may turn out to be phenomenal. We'll find out. Again, I don't race the way he races. I don't compete the way he competes. So to find one that works out of the 5, it would be amazing. But to assume that all 5 are good, that's wishful thinking, guys. That's another another topic for another day. But don't fool yourselves to think that they're all going to be good. They're not. And unfortunately, it takes so many babies off a pair of birds to really find a good one. And if I'm lucky enough to have that one baby out of the the 6 that pair bred, that'd be awesome. And we'll cover that at the end of the season once we fly them all and see what they do. But some super nice birds, including that chocolate. Man, that's a pretty bird. If I had to say honestly, guys, if I had to pick which ones I like the most, I'd probably say the grizzle for sure, and then this little kite hen right here. And I wish I was flying her, but at the same token, I think she's a little more valuable to me now as a breeder. She comes off of winning birds, so it's not like I'm stocking a bird off of other birds that were stocked. It's just the thing that irks me the most when you see these birds that are stocked off of birds that were stocked. Like, at what point does that make sense to anybody? Because it doesn't make sense to me. Why would I stock a bird off of a bird that's stocked? I want racing quality, right? I want the birds to either have been raced or the parents have been raced, and I want to see performance. You're jumping too many generations of birds that are not flown, you know, and you're taking a risk with anything. Nothing's guaranteed, but man, I still want to see performance on one side of it. If the bird's not a performer, I want the parents to be a performer. But that's just me, guys. Again, we all play the pigeon game in a different way. It's the same reason I don't handle them, because I know I'm just going to fool myself. These birds aren't going to tell me anything. Nothing at this age is the bird going to tell me whether it's good or bad. No features. They don't have features. They haven't been, they haven't been conditioned. They haven't been trained. There's literally nothing. Feather quality, I can't tell because they haven't even molted. So it's, it is what it is, guys. Again, that's just me, and I don't want to start a rant, but they're beautiful birds nonetheless. I think they'll do exceptional. Man, that freaking chocolate's a looker. I'm a sucker for a color, and I won't even hide it, guys. I love a color pigeon, and I love when they do well, and I wish that this lighting would show how freaking bronze this hen is. I'm really hoping it's a hen. It looks like a hen. It's much older. It's off of his first round babies, and I think him and I made a good deal. Obviously, we're going to split the youngsters, and then maybe I'll make some videos later on covering the color project that I'm working on. That would probably be the youngest baby he sent me, and it's catching up just fine. It's finishing up a little bit of a feather growth, and the only one that sort of went light on us at the beginning was that chocolate. Within that first few days, it really wasn't handling so well, wasn't doing so well, and again, we were able to pull them out, and now they're eating and drinking and flying, and I would say probably by the weekend they're all going to go out. They've had plenty of time in the settling cage. I think we'll do well with them, guys. Again, this is not to offend anybody that has put birds in my loft, because I've had tons of guys put birds in my loft this year. The reason I'm making this video is twofold. One, to show Jack his birds and show him that they're in good quality, good health. And second is because Jack's relevant. I mean, he's got a YouTube page. You guys can visit his page, which I encourage highly. And again, some of the guys that have put birds in my loft do not have a web or a YouTube page, so they're irrelevant to you guys. It's just be random names that I'm spurting out. And again, that doesn't mean that they shouldn't be highlighted. They definitely should, but they're really of no relevance to you guys watching. But these guys, like I said, I encourage you guys to check Jack's page. He's a phenomenal racer. He's a goofy ass guy, and I love him for it. Him and I have become pretty good friends over the year. I'd say, almost going on 2 years now. And of course, all through YouTube, guys. You never know the kind of friendships you make through YouTube. Unfortunately, he lives like somewhere of 10, 12 hours away from me, so I don't think we'll ever really get a chance to meet. But nonetheless, we'll share birds back and forth until we develop a family together. I got some of his birds, he's got some of my birds, and you can't argue. I mean, the quality of these pigeons, just simply looking at them, is unreal. And they haven't even gone through a molted. I haven't even bathed them yet, and you can see the quality. Unreal. Just beautiful, beautiful birds, and I hope they do well. I wish I had the list in front of me to tell you guys how the performers went, but again, everything was off direct performance. I don't play with anything. Even the one I'm holding back for a color project, the parents are some of his best, absolute best birds. Well, guys, that's enough of a rant. I just want to show you guys the birds, Jack. They're doing well. I'm going to go ahead and put them outside because they're getting anxious, and I don't want to lose them because we are in the main loft here, and I don't want to lose them outside, and then it'd be a pain in the butt to try to catch them. So let me lock them down. Man, do I love these nest fronts. Are you kidding me? I absolutely freaking love them, and they're all tucked away real nice. They just work. Everything's been cleaned out. Those two are my very last two babies. I am still debating because we are May 6th, and they're not ready to go, so I may send those out because I just don't want to deal with any more babies. I did end up breeding two babies from two pairs that I have not had any luck. This was a half brother, half sister mating, so I'm hoping to get one youngster. I'm going to hold the youngster back till the end of the season to see how it handles after it's built up and fed well, molted out. Excuse me. And then we'll see how she handles. Maybe I'll hold her back for stock too, because again, that was a kind of an inbreeding, line breeding off of a super bird. And this pair has not given me anything. And in the same time, like I said, I want to get a youngster or two just to see what they handle like at the end of the year. That, unfortunately, is 693, one of my absolute best flyers of the year, and I just have not had luck. The first eggs didn't make it. The second babies hatched and died. The third babies hatched and I banded them and they died. I've had a real rough season this year, guys, with breeding. And a lot of guys that I've talked to have had the same sort of issues. I'm not sure what's really going down. I don't know if it was the weather this year or not, but for some reason I've not had a really good year. I probably banded maybe 55 youngsters out of the 100 bands that I've had, and I've basically just handed the bands out to guys that needed them. And with that being said, I still have too many birds. I've had so many guys, so many good friends send birds my way. It's unreal. I still have too many just based on that. And it's really starting to get me to think of whether I even need as many birds as I have. And I'm thinking at the end of the year I'm going to reduce even more. I currently have 20 pair, 12 in here and 8 in the hens loft. And I'm thinking I'm going to reduce even more. And it's tough to do, guys, because again, I've gotten to the point where everything that's in here is either a race winner or has produced a race winner. So it's tough to let them go, and I want to put them in loft that they're going to get used. I'm not just going to call these birds. So, we'll travel down that road when it's time. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one.